The best experiences that you can have in Chennai coming up in this video. And welcome to Sugar Spice Nights. My name is Shweta, and in this video I am heading from Coimbatore to explore the city of Chennai. I've just boarded my Vande Bharat. It's 6 in the morning and I cannot wait for this journey to get started. Come. Only in the executive coach you get a fancy welcome with a cute rose and a water bottle. But let me give you a tour to show you what more is special about this coach. The executive coach has 2 seats on each side. These are comfortable recliner seats. There are seat pockets in the front. There is a footrest as well. Seats are equipped with charging ports, and inside the handrest is the foldable food table. First thing that came in was tea and biscuits. After some time they actually gave cereal and milk. Then after we passed Erode station, I think, we got breakfast. This is what the vegetarian breakfast looks like. There is idiyappam, there's upma, there's a sweet dish, and there's some korma. And this is what the non-vegetarian breakfast looks like. There's omelette and bread, there's cutlets. And now that I'm done with my breakfast, I'm enjoying my juice and also the views, and I think I'm going to nap for some time because I'm really excited to get to Chennai and start exploring the city. Whenever I have the luxury of time on hand, I end up picking this as my preferred mode of travel, simply because when I'm taking a flight, you have to already get to the airport 2 hours before, and then going to the airport, that travel time also gets added. That's easily 3 to 4 hours before the flight. And here my train was at 6 a.m. and I was at the station at about 5:30. It was very convenient, and even comfort wise, I think this is so much better than a flight. And once you're inside the train, it feels like you're flying business class. I think this journey has been so scenic, to say the least. I wish I had a window seat. I don't know how, while I was booking, whether it was my mistake or it was just not assigned to me. I did end up getting one, and the views between Coimbatore and Chennai are gorgeous. Just lush greenery all around, mountains, coconut trees, so pretty. I think we're going to be reaching Chennai very soon now, so I'm going to go get my bags and all ready. So that was my Vande Bharat journey, and I have just gotten to Chennai. I've just taken like a 2-minute breather to sit down and talk to you guys. I think my journey was really good, and now what I'm going to be doing is getting all of my bags and going to check into my hotel. So after the train ride, I took a prepaid taxi to come here to my hotel. I'm staying at the Ibis in the city center area. I'm here for just 2 nights, and the room is as basic as it can be. Twin beds, a wardrobe, a little work desk area, and a sofa seating, and a compact bathroom. Ibis is known to be a budget hotel brand. What you get as part of the brand name is a certain level of hygiene and quality. That's the reason I chose Ibis. And I quickly did my check-in and everything, and I went straight to grab a bite because I was really hungry. The first place that I visited was a place called Sangeeta. Now, I had read about this place extensively. They have various branches all across the city. I went to the one which was closest to my hotel. And the first thing that I ordered, no prices for guessing, idli sambar, of course, and I also ordered vada. The vada was cold, but it was so flavorful, and the idlis was soft. The sambar had that slight sweetish tinge, perfect flavor. Even the chutneys, the tomato chutney especially, so flavorful. Next thing that I ordered was the ghee podi dosa. Now in this, the amount of ghee, oh my god. The minute the dosa got on my table, I could just feel that it's bathed in ghee almost. It looked that shiny even. And even the podi powder in the middle. The podi here, I found it to be a little bit more coarse, a little bit more grainy and so strong. Just the sheer amount was maddening. Enjoyed the dosa and finally washed all of this down with a filter coffee. Walked a little ahead to this place called the Writers Cafe. Now this is another famous cafe chain local to Chennai, and here honestly I just feel like having their dessert. Their food section looked amazing, but I was supremely full. But their dessert section, I could not stop myself. Just look at the display. I ordered Death by Chocolate, which was a layered dark chocolate pastry, and thoroughly enjoyed this. And also I found it pretty reasonably priced. I decided to come here. This place is called Semori Ponga, and it is supposedly a botanical park. And when I saw the number of reviews, I think 24,000 or 29,000, I was like, I have to come here and see this place. And so much greenery in the middle of the city, it's just wow. It's about 18 to 20 acres, I think, and you can hear in the background they actually even have performances going on. So I'm just going to give you guys a tour and you all can see how pretty it is. I'm in a restaurant called Geetham. Now this is one of the legendary places of Chennai, and I was told that this is a place where you get really good idlis. So I thought of trying Rava Idli over here. Now Rava Idlis for me are a hit and miss affair because not every place does them well. I like the way I make them at home. But this place, the Rava Idlis were looking legit. I actually saw them on another table, that's why I decided to order. And this is what has come. So you can see in the middle there's some grated carrot, fried cashews, and of course a tempering. And they serve it with ghee, sambar, and 3 chutneys. So what I'm going to be doing it is enjoying it with a spoon of ghee. Another thing that I tried over here are the paniyarams. My love for paniyarams is boundless. Like I really like them. But you don't get them at too many places. So when I saw them here on the menu, I was like, yes, I gotta try them. So beautifully crispy outside and so soft and flavorful inside. And what I enjoyed them most with is their green coconut chutney. It was made with mint and coconut and so good. If you're coming to Chennai and looking for a good place to eat, do consider this. I'm going to leave their location in the description box. It's a pure vegetarian restaurant. You get a lot more dishes, even like proper meals. I'm just eating what I'm really feeling like. I think today I'm on a quest for finding some of the best idlis of Chennai. So I came across Murugan Idli shop. This place was on my list, and when I saw it's so close to Geetham, I was like, let's go and try at least one idli here. So I've actually just ordered only one podi idli here. The good thing is you get single idli, and the presentation is unmatchable. If you see the idli, the top layer is completely podi. He actually came and set up the banana leaf and put the chutneys before. Spicy. Toning it down with some plain coconut chutney. You guys will not believe what I saw on their website. They not only have outlets all across India, especially in Tamil Nadu, but they also have outlets in 2 different countries. One of them is Singapore and the other is UK. And to see an Indian chain flourish like that, it's just like wow. Think on my trip to Singapore years ago, I have probably eaten here. I know that I've eaten at Sarvana Bhavan for sure, but probably I might have eaten here. So if you guys enjoy idlis, podi, or even the regular ones, definitely come here and try them out. It's an experience. I feel like I've eaten so much right now, I need to walk it off. So I'm heading to Pondi Bazaar to explore a little bit of the shopping scene in Chennai. Pondi Bazaar is a very lively, bustling market. There are so many stores, some local, some international, all offering a wide range of clothing and accessories. This is a great place to get souvenirs as well, like a one-stop shopping destination. I've been meaning to visit a store recommended by many of you, and it's here. This is Ambika Stores, and they have a lot of local snacks, varieties of appalam, murukku, and so much more. But I think I'm just going to get their appalam for now. If you love saris, then definitely shop for silk saris in Chennai. They're quite famous and so many different stores here. You could visit Sri Palam, Prashanti Silk, and I also found an outlet of Vara Mahalakshmi which I had seen back in Bangalore as well. So this is a good area to shop for quality silk saris and even cotton stuff, for which we have Ramraj. But I am more excited for the food here simply because there are so many restaurants, all well known and popular amongst the locals. There is Adyar Ananda Bhavan, Balaji Bhavan, Geetha's Cafe, Bombay Halwa House, and a few more. I couldn't decide which one to visit, so I'm just going to the one that seems the busiest, which is Geetha Cafe. Even this place uses banana leaves to serve food, and I've just ordered idli yet again because it's my absolute favorite thing. I've had so many idlis in Chennai. Let me know if you guys would like to watch a separate video on the best ones. For now, let's try this one. Honestly, I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. I think the restaurants I visited earlier today set such a high benchmark. I just felt like this one wasn't up to the mark. Didn't feel soft enough somehow. But we have so much more to explore in Chennai. I know I'll find many good ones ahead. Today's day, I'm actually starting by coming to a very popular cafe here. It's called the Wild Garden Cafe, and there's actually even a boutique, and the boutique, from what I hear, is owned by Kiran Rao. The place is so beautifully green and just so calm. I'm glad I made it here early, and as they say, there's nothing healthier than pizza for breakfast, so that's what I'm having. Just wanted a little bit of a break from the idlis. I know I'm going to be having them later in the day again, but right now I'm enjoying my pizza with this whole green vibe. The place is definitely very pretty. I mean, this level of greenery, and they actually have tables to sit also amidst all of these plants. I do think that mosquitoes might be an issue, and also the sun at some point, although tall trees are giving a bit of shade. But I feel like this place is more for the vibe than the food. I had only one dish, that's the pizza, and honestly I didn't enjoy it that much. But overall, I think the ambience of this place is a winner for me. The Wild Garden Cafe also has a boutique, and sometimes they also hold exhibitions and pop-ups in this part. Right now they have something going on, so I'm gonna go check it out. This turned out more exciting than I imagined. There were so many homegrown and local brands. Many of them even let me sample their stuff. One such stall that got my attention was this. They had vegan cakes made from jaggery instead of sugar, and more healthier stuff. And after tasting it, it felt like a regular cake, just a tad bit healthier. Then I stopped by this stall which had a pretty nice collection of handmade earrings. All of these have actual real flowers in them, and the designs are just so pretty. There's a lot more to explore here, especially if you like to shop from homegrown brands or small businesses. I've left some of the details in the description box, so do check them out. Just a walk away from Wild Garden Cafe is the Express Avenue Mall. This is one of the biggest malls in Chennai, so I'm really excited to explore it. There are so many lifestyle brands here, different stores for clothes, footwear, makeup, even jewelry, and so much more. There's something called PVR Escape here, which occupies like half a floor of the mall, but I have no idea what it is. If you do, then let me know in the comments below. There's a game zone for arcade games as well. Now that I've explored the entire mall, I think I'm feeling a little thirsty, so time to head to the food court to get a refresher. The food court is quite huge, local brands and international chains as well. I even saw a few outlets for Chettinad cuisine, which is a speciality here, but I am still full from the pizza earlier, so maybe I'll try it later at another place. For now, I'm just getting a juice from this place called Fruit Punch. I got a mix of pineapple and orange juice, and after that refreshing break, I am ready to explore a little bit more of this mall. I'm heading inside Kalonj. This is a homegrown Chennai brand that sells hand-braided leather products, bags, shoes and more. Then I also browsed a little bit in Daiso, another one of my favorite stores for knickknacks, and now I'm heading to West Side. Inside the mall, there are small food stalls as well for tea, coffee, snacks, and one such place is called Gangotri. It's a local chaat chain, and usually I wouldn't really try chaat in Chennai, but I've heard so much about this one, so let's see how it goes. They have chaat, katori, pav bhaji, grilled sandwiches, and a lot more. But I saw the number of people getting their pani puri, so that's what we're getting. This has both sweet pani and spicy, and it was quite good. I also got their rose milk, which is apparently a thing here in Chennai. Let's try this. It has a very nice and strong flavor of rose, of course, and it's quite sweet but feels good. I really had a fun time in this mall, but now it's time to get to our next destination. So behind me is the Kapaleshwara temple. This is one of the very famous Shiva temples in Chennai, and I'm going to be going inside and seeking blessings and also giving them to all of you. Inside there's a huge Shivji temple, and alongside there are also smaller shrines dedicated to different gods. The temple was built around the 7th century CE, but the Gopuram on top is a new addition. It was built around 1906. And it is extremely tall, I think about 120 feet high, and so beautiful. A lot of intricate work, and even the symmetry is impressive. I think this temple is such a quiet, serene spot right in the middle of the city, and as you step in, you will start feeling that positive vibrations of this place. There's also a pond in the back known as the Mylapore tank, so if you are here, don't forget to visit this as well. Right as we are leaving from the temple, it began to rain and I was completely drenched, so had to get back to the hotel and change our plans. Now that the rains have stopped, I've stepped out again to get to the next place, and I am at the New Woodlands Hotel. There are two restaurants inside this, both are equally well known, so I am going to Krishna restaurant. Luckily, I got a table here really quickly, and I ordered their rasam vada first, because very few restaurants actually have rasam vada all through the day. So right as I saw it, I knew that I was going to get it, and I'm so glad that I did. The rasam is hot and fiery. It has a tangy tinge as well, and because this is hot, the vada has completely absorbed the rasam, and wow, every bite of this feels so good. It breaks off so easily, it's delicate, flavorful. I almost want another one, but I've already ordered a Mysore masala dosa, so let's try this as well. It's quite huge and has so much masala within. Right in the center is the aloo sabzi, and around it is the fiery hot chutney, which is the masala. And the aloo sabzi actually has a beautiful tempering of chilies, curry leaves and mustard seeds. It's also got cashews. This was so filling. But let me tell you this, I'm not leaving this place without trying their idlis, of course. So here I've ordered one plate of idli with sambar. There are also two types of chutney with it, but let's just try the idli plain first. Wow, absolutely melt in your mouth soft idlis. You can actually see how soft and airy they are. The sambar is delicious too. It's not too thick, not too sweet, just the perfect kind. I also enjoyed both the chutneys, but I tried it with a little bit of rasam, and oh good god, this needs to be a combination in itself. It is by far the best idli I've had so far on the trip. Look how easily it's soaked in the rasam, and it simply melts in your mouth. I'm so happy I tried this. I think my trip to Chennai would be incomplete without visiting Sarvana Bhavan. In fact, when I was planning my stay here, I kind of put Sarvana Bhavan at the top of my list, but for some reason I just wouldn't end up getting to the outlet. But now that I'm here, I'm so excited to get inside and eat the idli here. Let's go. So when you're in Sarvana Bhavan, you cannot leave the place without eating idlis. Having visited so many different places in South India for idlis, I think I've been waiting for this moment. This sambar is a little thicker. Idlis are soft. I'll tell you what, I like them the most over here with this chutney. This is the tomato chutney. I've also ordered one more dish, idiyappam, and this they serve with korma, which is like a mixed veg gravy, and a black chana curry. So I'm going to enjoy all of this and see you guys after. I think the sheer nostalgia value of Sarvana Bhavan has extremely high regard for people who've been in Chennai and then gotten out of the city and the country and gone abroad to stay. I know some of my cousins and friends swear by Sarvana Bhavan even in places like Singapore and the United States. And even now you'll see a lot of locals coming in, which shows that it is a legacy restaurant. The things that you'll find here are idlis, dosas of course, but apart from that you will even find proper main course dishes and some sweets as well. This particular outlet that I visited is very nicely done. So try and visit this one. I feel like the others may be a little bit run down, but this one I recommend. Just getting ready for another day out of exploring Chennai, and I'm actually all like packed up from this hotel because I'm heading into another one for like one special night of indulgence. But before that, I'm going to be taking you guys to a place that has been on my bucket list. So I met a subscriber here who also said that I should absolutely go there. So let's go. There's one thing that I'm totally in awe of in Chennai is the sheer beauty of their temples. I'm outside Sri Arulmigu Parthasarathi Perumal temple, and this is a temple which has been built between the 6th and the 8th century. So yes, it goes back that long. And right at the entrance of the temple, you'll actually see a mural of Arjun and Sri Krishna on the chariot, a very very symbolic visual because this is the exact meaning of the temple. Parthasarathi means charioteer, so Krishna was Arjun's charioteer. That's the significance of that visual. And this is a Vishnu temple. People have been coming here since 5,000 years. And also when devotees go to Tirupati, I think they make this as one of the stops as well. So I cannot take you guys inside, but I'm going to give you a few visuals to pass on all of the positive vibes to you. Next, I walked around the vibrant market and also checked out Sri Krishna Sweets for some delicious murukku and sweets. Next stop is Ratna Cafe. This is one of the oldest cafes in Chennai, been around since 1948. This is also in the Triplicane area, and after the temple I came straight here because from what I hear, your idli serving technique is really unique. Actually, they serve the idlis and the way they pour the sambar on top from this like steel jug, the hot steam, the aroma, and seeing the little sambar onions, I'm already tempted. One unique thing I found about all of the sambars in Chennai is that there's not a lot of veggies in it, just those sambar onions and tomatoes. I'm not going to spend any more time talking, just eating this. Yes, this is like, wow. Idlis are soft, sambar is hot. I don't think I need anything else in life. There's no chutney with this, but you can get chutney if you order idli and sambar separately. Their onion uttappa is also very enjoyable. They don't put any chilies in it, and the pieces of onion are also quite big, and they give it with two chutneys. One is the tomato one, which is a little bit more spicy and just overall different than the other ones that I've tried, and their coconut chutney, and of course sambar on the side. Couldn't stop myself, ended up ordering another one of the idlis. The sambar is so much, it's overflowing and it's boiling hot, and because it is that hot, it's literally gone till the insides of the idli. Best. According to me, this has been my best idli experience in Chennai. guys, finally checked into my room at the Taj Connemara. Let me take you around. Right from the entrance, there's the wardrobe area, and these are actually cabinets, but they have ample space inside and also full-length mirrors. And then here is the huge bathroom area. This side here is the bathtub with all of the bath essentials, and here is the shower cubicle, and here is the WC, and this is like the hand wash area, and we have essentials. I think this I've seen in many Taj properties, and such a cute way to hold things together. And there's also the mirror along with this light. And here we are entering the bedroom. The bedroom is huge. So from this corner where, there's like this chill area to this huge king size bed. It's a lovely 4-poster bed, kind of keeps that vintage vibe going. And what I find interesting is that there's a dressing area right here. So both sides of the bed have a dressing area with their respective stools. So you can sit down, aram se, and get ready. We have these lounging chairs here and some compliments from the team at Taj. Some snacks. There's some fresh fruit. There's dragon fruit as well, along with a bunch of black grapes. How cool. And we have some dessert. And there's more. These are Belgian chocolate bars. So it's actually very cool. On the welcome, make you wear these. It's kind of going with the aesthetic of what I'm wearing. So I think I'm going to keep it on for a while. And they also give you a drink called Nanari juice. It's made of Nanari root, the Indian version of sarsaparilla, along with a hint of lime and I think some chia seeds as well. This side also has the tea counter and the mini bar. These are all of the mini bar snacks, and this is the fridge. It's actually a drawer, and here we have the tea counter and the kettle. So this is the huge TV. There's some space for luggage, and here we have a work desk. But I am not going to be working on this trip because I'm going to be hanging out outside. This is the balcony area. It's huge. It's also in that corner there. But from here, the view that I have is all greens and a bit of the pool. Right outside my room is this gorgeous lobby with so much greenery surrounding it, and there's even a fountain down here. Let me give you a closer look. This is a heritage hotel which was home to so many kings and nawabs, and now it is open to all. We can immerse ourselves in the legacy and colonial charm of this hotel. The walk from my room to the lobby or the restaurant goes through these elegant corridors and gives such a royal feel. Even the lift has that old woodsy look. You'll see different portraits, photographs, sculptures that will give you an instant connection to the colonial era. But what I found unique are those terrariums around it. There was one in my room as well, and there are so many around the entire hotel. The greenery aspect of it also expands to a few parts of the hotel. Like here, this is the pool side. There is a huge pool, and there are pool beds where you can come by, sit and chill for a while. It's evening now and time for dinner. They have 2 different restaurants here. One where we'll be having breakfast tomorrow, and the other one is Raintree, which is a specialty restaurant for Chettinad cuisine. This is definitely an evening place because look at the way it's lit up, and it's got a very, very traditional look to it as well. The roof, the colors, the table all feel like a traditional home. After that fragrant welcome, we are beginning our meal here, and the first thing that we have is Thakali Melegu Rasam. By the way, I'm trying the chef's tasting menu here, so this is the first course, and what a stellar start. Next we have the appetizers. There's crispy lotus root and ragi paniyarams. Starting with the lotus root, these have a coating of sauce and then they're deep fried, so that has actually made them more crispier. But what I'm enjoying are the paniyarams. They're steaming hot and the tempering is giving them such a good flavor. Now we have the mains in this thali, and wow, I'm so excited to taste all of these because actually it's my first time trying Chettinad cuisine.
Rice, beans and asparagus puree, and this is your lentil balls. It's your parapu kurandai, sodi kolambu, and your manatakali kolambu, night set berries. It has idiyappam, string hoppers, and Malabar paratha.
They are very nicely explained every dish to me, so I'm going to try these, enjoy this whole thali, and then share my experience with you. from all of the items that I just tasted, for me, my favorite will have to be rasam, lemon rice, the pori potato. I tried appam also after a long time and I think I kind of liked it. And now I'm just waiting to indulge in their dessert. Okay, so the dessert is here. We have Elanir Payasam, then we have Mysore Pak, but this is Mysore Pak with black jaggery. And then we have Ashkod Halwa with Gulkand, rose petals. So I'm going to be starting with the Elanir Payasam. I think I have had Payasam made of rice, of dal. I really enjoy the dal one. This is with coconut. The flavor of elaichi in this is so good. Let's try the Mysore Pak. There is a difference in flavor than regular Mysore Pak. Now I'm trying the Ashgod Halwa with rose petals. I have a feeling I'm going to like this one the most because I love Ashgod Halwa and I love Gulkand. I was not wrong. This is warm. It is so enjoyable. The beauty of grated Ashgod and when you toss that in ghee and that along with the flavor of Gulkand. I think this one is such a win. Good morning, you guys. I'm just about to go and enjoy breakfast buffet here. I honestly enjoyed last night's meal quite a bit, so I just hope the breakfast buffet is as good. So this is what the breakfast spread looks like. Let me take you to the counter that I always begin with. These are the cut fruits. You also have whole fruits like banana, and there are almonds and other nuts, and there's also fresh juices. But the juices that attracted me are these cute little shot glasses. These are the more healthy juice shots, so apple, beetroot, carrot, cucumber, mint. There was also a proper ginger juice. Then there's this whole section where there's farsan and stuff. But let me take you to the section where there's all the hot dishes. So this is fresh idlis and sambar. You guys know I have to have it. This vada, poha, upma, pongal and a few other dishes. And then there's the live counter. In the live counter, you can have made to order eggs, millet dosa, which I tried, which was really good by the way. And then there's the dessert counter. The patisserie section according to me was a little bit of a letdown, but overall I think the buffet was very nicely spread out. The one thing that attracted my eyes was the way the honey was here. It was almost like a beehive simulation going on. I don't think I've seen anything like that before. Lucky for me, this breakfast was part of my stay package. My stay here was like the perfect end to my Chennai trip. This was my first Chennai visit and I used to get so many comments from all of you guys as well to come visit and explore this place. And I've probably only been able to explore maybe 20% or 30% of it. So I look forward to more trips in the future. But I feel like I've had some of the best experiences. Right from the idlis in New Woodland to the one that I had in Ratna Cafe, you know, with the sambar coming from the mug, to the paniyarams in Geetham, and also the Chettinad meal here last night, and this beautiful greenery that the city has and this hotel also has. It's been a good time in Chennai. I hope you guys find this video helpful. I'm going to try and leave all of the locations of the places that I visited in the description box below, so make sure you check that. And if you have any questions about planning your trip to Chennai, then leave them in the comments below. I'll try my best to answer them. And that is really it from me in this video. I'll see you in my next one from hopefully another destination. And until then, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so that you know every single time I'm uploading a new one. Bye!